Want to be the first to know about the most exciting new tarot and oracle decks coming out this month? I'm Elowen LaFay, and in this latest installment of my new releases series, we'll explore new tarot and oracle decks, highlight an exciting new tarot book and upcoming event, and check out a few intriguing crowd-funded projects. So grab your glasses if you need them, get comfortable, and stay tuned to find some new favorites to add to your collection. Before we start window shopping, you'll find links in the description below for everything we'll cover today. Some of these are affiliate links, and I've also included a link to Audible for a free 30-day trial. Using the affiliate links helps empower this channel to acquire new decks for us to explore together. Thank you for your support. And if you're passionate about crystals, spirituality, magic, wellness, or divination, and want to be a part of a lovely community of kind-hearted enthusiasts, click like and subscribe. I'd love to help you gain insights, find clarity, and empower yourself to make choices aligned with your highest goals and aspirations. Visit my website at elowenlafay.com to book a tarot reading with me or purchase your birth chart. The link is in the description below. I will also pin a comment with the website in this video. For our first deck, we have a Tarot of the Unexplained, a deck of cryptids, ghosts, UFOs, and other urban oddities. This deck releases on August 5th, and the publisher is Redwill. Retail cost is $22.95, and the guidebook is 96 pages. Let's take a closer look. Looks like we have a hard box. I don't see finger cutouts in this image. Maybe it's a flip open. We have silver edging, a Sasquatch here, or knockers, ghosts, advocate of saucers, Indrid Cold, and beautiful colors in this. We are living in strange times. The US Navy now admits that UFOs exist. Ghost hunters abound, and the experts in the paranormal and quantum physics fields are arriving at the same conclusion. All of these seemingly disparate phenomena are related. Strange times call for strange tools. So we have a guide to the cards. The major arcana has been changed. And in the minor arcana, knockers equal wands fire, portals equal cups water, ghosts equal swords air, saucers equal pentacles earth. And here's some more images here. Embrace the weirdness. You are not alone. And that is Tarot of the Unexplained. Releasing on August 6th, we have Funko Disney Villains Tarot Deck and Guidebook. Retail cost in the US is $27.99, and the publisher is Inside Editions. Let's take a closer look. Oh, Maleficent for the High Priestess. That's cool. That's a good chariot. King of Wands, Jafar. Seven of Coins, we have Scar. And it looks like we have fully illustrated minors for Inside Editions, so I'm really happy to see that. Love this. Ursula here. Perfect for the Nine of Cups. Okay, and some more images here, a little bit larger than we saw before. So that's the Disney Villains Tarot deck and guidebook. And now we have Mythologia Fica Tarot. Embrace Ancient Finnish Wisdom. This is published by Rockpool and is releasing on August 6th. Retail cost in the US is $29.95. Let's take a closer look. We have a hard box. It looks like there's room for your fingers to get in there and open it. Cool raven. More looks at the box. Okay, so we have some borders on here. A look at the guidebook intro. Looks like there's quite a bit on the guidebook. How to read the cards, the major arcana. Here we go. Write-ups on the meanings. So we have the beginning, the Fool. We have keywords. We have a description of the art, and then we have the message. Minor Arcana looks like the same treatment. Yeah. Forest Maiden, Page of Pentacles. Featuring a range of beings, deities, nature spirits, and more, this deck draws strongly on the traditional wisdom of Finnish folklore. Each card tells a new story, yet remains true to the classic Rider-Waite-Smith tarot. Here's some more images and gives you a bit of the write-ups or information about the deities or beings in these cards. And that is the Mythologia Fica Tarot. Releasing on August 6th, we have Palmistry Flashcards by Rockpool Publishing. These are $19.95 in the US, and this is a set of 50 cards that contains all you need to know to get started at palm reading quickly and easily. Let's take a look. So what you're going to get is flashcards that have an image on the front and then information on the back. We also have some tips. So for example, we have the heart line, and on the back we have a write-up on the heart line. And it should continue through the different finger types and lines and what is relevant to palmistry. So not a tarot or oracle deck, but divination related, so wanted to include it. And that's the Palmistry Flashcards. Releasing on August 6th, we have Feminine Wisdom Oracle by Rockpool Publishing. Cost in the US is $26.95. These 36 beautiful cards will help you strengthen your intuition and increase your self-compassion, feminine wisdom, and creativity. It will also help you answer your deepest questions. Let's take a look. So some beautiful colors on here. The moon phases above her head. Looks like a hard box. We have cards with a number, name, and then keywords. And that's interesting how the box opens. Pretty on the inside. I like those stars that it opens up to. Yeah, really pretty colors. Beautiful artwork. This looks like a peek at the guidebook. We've got card spreads. Here's an example of a write-up. So number, name of card, and meaning, a message. We hold the same moon under the same sky. So how could you be anything other than a sister to me? More examples of the card write-ups. beautiful artwork. Yeah, feels very peaceful with these colors. Okay, and that is the Feminine Wisdom Oracle. And next we have Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic Tarot, releasing on August 6th, published by Clarkson Potter. Retail cost in the US is $24. The guidebook is 79 pages. Let's take a closer look. Looks like we just have one image here. Beautiful image though. I'm intrigued. And I see a hard box. It's interesting. It's not a typical box. I would have to see it to see how it opens up. This tarot deck, which follows the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith structure and accompanying guidebook, provide layered mixed media illustrations and unique card interpretations. Let's see if they give us some more images. And we do. We have some more images. Ooh, beautiful. Check out that star. Very cool. I like that. Ooh, and the Eight of Wands. I like their font choice. Embody the tarot through lush imagery, ancient symbolism, and modern self-care rituals to see how every little thing you do is magic. So that's the Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic tarot deck. And if you like that deck, coming out on August 6th is an interactive guide to tarot, ritual, and personal growth, a workbook that goes with that deck. Retail cost is $15.99 in the US, same publisher as before. This workbook is 176 pages. This workbook examines tarot through a contemporary lens, focusing on mental health, coping skills, and the pursuit of self-discovery. Inside, tarot practitioners old and new will find a timeline of its evolution, followed by beginner-friendly tips for reading the cards, preceded by an in-depth interpretations of the cards from an inclusive, modern point of view. The activities throughout will challenge you to show up for yourself, cultivate healthy rituals to promote well-being, and develop skills to support you every step of the way. So that's the Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic workbook. Releasing on August 6th, we have Earth Song Oracle by Rockpool Publishing. Retail cost in the US is $24.95, and the guidebook is 96 pages. In this deck, the ancient wisdom of the natural world is translated as practical and meaningful advice. With artwork that captures the essence of Mother Nature in feminine form, the 36 cards all depict natural elements, each with a unique message of inspiration and motivation. Let's take a closer look. So we have a hard box with finger cutouts. Looks like some neutral colors. We have name of the card, 3 keywords, and then a message. So in this one, it's Lotus, Purity, Resilience, Revival, and Overcome Obstacles Through Resilience and Faith. And the cards are numbered. Seek wisdom and balance, but don't sacrifice freedom. Beautiful artwork. Okay, here's an example of the guidebook, how to use the cards. We have a spread, at least one in there, and example of the write-up. So number, name of card, keywords, and then a statement. And let's see, a little description of the card, and then and message, and then the advice. So I recognize this artist, Arcanaless. She worked on or created a tarot deck that I covered in June, the Earthwoman Tarot. So looking at this, I could see this probably pairing very well with that tarot deck. This one has more neutrals, but as I recall, a similar color scheme, so you could use them together. Okay, we have, oh, here's another card here that we haven't seen, or two, Well and Lake. Okay, so on the listing, they show you examples of the write-ups, which is really nice. And that's the Earth Song Oracle. And next we have Supernatural Oracle, a hunter's deck and guidebook. This is $20 retail in the US, and the publisher is RP Studio. This is reminding me that I need to finish watching Supernatural. I've watched quite a bit of it, but get to watch some more. Carry on with the Winchester brothers and find inspiration in this officially licensed Supernatural Oracle deck and guidebook. So there's 40 cards in the deck, and it's original artwork featuring beloved characters and iconic objects from the hit television series. There's an 88-page full-color illustrated paperback book, 3x5, and a keepsake magnetic closure box. The guidebook will provide you with the backstory of each one of the oracles, who provide a dose of inspiration in steering your life decisions. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so I see a keyword or card name here, and this one that I can see, it says Purgatory. Looks like the kind of box that, yeah, it's magnetic flip, and there's kind of a tuck for the guidebook on the side, so that's interesting. Looks like some cool artwork. I wish they had more pictures for us though. Let's see if there's anything more. Okay. Here we go. A little bit more to see here, but not quite enough for me. This is probably a pretty fun deck. Maybe a flip through will come out where you can see more of it before investing. So that's the Supernatural Oracle, a hunter's deck and guidebook. Next we have the Storytellers Tarot. This releases on August 6th. It's by Hay House, and retail cost in the US is $26.99. This deck combines traditional tarot interpretations with stories, myths, and folktales from around the world. That sounds cool. Ooh, the guidebook is 257 pages. That's a nice guidebook. Let's take a closer look. Okay, looks like a hard box. Cool. Ooh, I like that High Priestess. Oh, they've put her twice. They liked her too. Gotta do it twice. 2 for Priestess. The vehicle. Oh, neat. Strength. I wonder if the guidebook, I'm hoping, I would assume, they include some of the stories and teach you a little bit about them. That would be of huge interest to me to pick up this deck. I love learning about more stories and myths. The Empress, oh, beautiful. Wow. Ooh, that's a cool Wheel of Fortune. The Hanged Man, yes. Okay. So very cool. About to look at the Storytellers Tarot. Releasing on August 6th, we have a Zar Fortune Telling deck. It's a mini deck, and this is by RP Minis. Cost retail in the US is $12.95. The iconic and animatronic Mystic Zoltar offers words of wisdom to bring you much happiness with this wise and all-knowing fortune-telling deck. So there's 100 cards in this mini fortune telling deck, and it comes with a magnetic closure box and is an authentic Zoltar collectible. I may be saying that wrong. Zoltar Speak. So here's a look at the cards. We have this kind of classic shape that you get in those machines, where you have an image on the front and on the back is your destiny. So that's a fun look at the Zoltar Fortune Telling deck. And now we have the House of the Dragon Tarot deck releasing on August 6th. Seems to be a popular day for releases. Retail cost in the US is $27.99. Publisher is Insight Editions. So the print link they're listing is actually for the 78 tarot cards, I assume, and the guidebook is 128 pages. Let's take a closer look. Kind of looks like block prints to me. Really cool. He's got a really big hand here. Definitely picked up the characters' faces in those images, the essence of them. Okay, now we have an example of the write-up. So we get a message, and then we have upright and reversed messages. Kind of smaller write-ups, but sometimes that's nice. And if you know tarot, you may not even look at the book. I'm always interested when it's a specialty deck like this to see what they have to say. So knights, these look a little smaller in the write-up. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Have some more images here. Oh, so it looks like those dragons are the backs of the cards. They look reversible to me. Yeah, okay. So that's the House of the Dragon Tarot deck. Releasing on August 6th, we have Funko, the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot deck and guidebook. This deck retails for $27.99 in the US and is published by Insight Editions. I actually have the non-Funko version of this because I'm a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas. Let's take a look here. This includes a 128-page guidebook and says it's packaged in a sturdy decorative box. Let's take a closer look. You've got the pop branding on the front of the box and the Funko. Very cute. High Priestess. Hierophant. Lovers. So very fun graphics, kind of in the spirit of things. The Hanged Man. That's funny. And the Moon. So kind of depends, if you want a serious deck, you may not reach for it, but if you want something playful and maybe Halloween themed and or Christmas themed, that's just playful, light and fun, this might be a fun deck for you. So that's a look at Funko, the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot deck. And now we have something I'm very excited about. Tarot Grimoire, Spreads and Spells for a Magical Life. This is releasing on August 8th, and it's by Ethany Dawn with a foreword by Benabel Wen. The paperback edition retail cost is $22.99 in the US, and this was published by Llewellyn. The book is 312 pages long, so a nice big book. Unabashedly embracing the magic and mystery of tarot, this book invites you on a self-empowering journey to reveal and grow your inner mystic. Tarot expert Ethany Dawn channels her profound divinatory and magical knowledge into this book's unique spreads and spells that bring positive change into your life well after the reading session is done. Tarot Grimoire introduces you to the cards, symbols, and meanings alongside a complete course in spellcasting with step-by-step instructions. For each of the 78 cards, Ethany has designed an original spread and a customizable spell that teach readers to manifest the energies embodied by the Arcana. This hands-on book is a metaphysical blueprint for deepening your work with the tarot. Let's take a peek at this cover. Beautiful. I love purple, so that's a cool cover. A little bit more here. It's going to tell you a little bit about Ethany. That's actually a teacher of mine, so I very much respect her and am excited about this book. So that is a look at what looks like an amazing book, the Tarot Grimoire. And now we have the Steampunk Fairy Tarot. This is releasing on August 8th and retails for $28.99 in the US, and it's published by Llewellyn. The guidebook is 224 pages. Now, I pre-ordered this deck and was very excited for it, so I have a flip through already made and ready for you. It will be linked in the description of this video and also included at the end of this video. In this Rider-Waite-Smith style deck, magic and technology are one and the same. Salamanders, selkies, gnomes, and sprites accompany you through the minor arcana. Noble elves and fashionable fairies offer guidance as you explore the court cards and major arcana. Let's take a closer look. So you can see the beautiful colors here. And this is actually a magnetic flip open box. Beautiful reversible backs. Very fun, happy fool here. I love that. Cool looking chariot. And a beautiful moon. 5 of Swords, quite appropriate. Okay, here's another look here. You can see a peek at the guidebook here. They call it Emmanuel. And that Wheel of Fortune, you couldn't see that before, as well as the Queen of Wands, which is a beautiful Queen of Wands. And then here are the creators, Pamela Chen and Ashley Cassidy. You may recognize Pam Chen from Enchanted Crystal Magic, the Witchling Academy Tarot, and Tarot of the Owls. So that is the Steampunk Fairy Tarot. Releasing on August 8th, we have Tarot of the Owls mini deck. So I have a full flip through on my channel of this deck if you'd like to see the large size version. It is quite beautiful and I really love Elizabeth Alba's artwork. This was also a collaboration with Pamela Chen, the author, who worked on another deck that I mentioned before, the Steampunk Fairy Tarot. Let me show you a bit of the artwork. So as you can see here, very beautiful and detailed, vibrant colors. It looks like that's all they're giving us here, probably because they assume people are familiar with the previous version if they're going for the mini. But as mentioned, you can check out my flip through if you want to see more of this beautiful deck. And that's a look at Tarot of the Owls mini deck. And sticking with an animal theme here, we have the Animal Guide Rune cards releasing on August 8th. This deck retails for $28.95 in the US and is published by Llewellyn Publications. Looks like we have a nice long guidebook of 288 pages. Unlock the wisdom of nature and ancient Norse runes with this captivating deck that weaves together potent symbolism of owls, bats, badgers, and fox deers. It looks like this deck only has 25 cards, which makes sense when you look at how many runes there are depending on what kind of the runes they're using. But just keep that in mind when you look at that price, that $28.95 is only for 25 cards. That guidebook is longer though. Let's see what it says here. The comprehensive guidebook also includes instructions for creating spellbinding runic talismans and reveals the connection between the runes and tarot, astrology, and chakras. Okay, this is Eldor Futhork runes. So let's take a look at this artwork. Okay, we just have one image here. It's quite beautiful artwork, I think. I know it took me some time to find a rune deck where I really liked the artwork on it. There are a few out there, but quite a few I wasn't really into the artwork. And then there were some that had some good artwork on there. This one does look beautiful with the artwork. It might have made my list when I was looking for a rune deck. Let's see if we can see any more here. I'd like to see more. Okay, we can see a little more. We can see the backs of the cards here. Yeah, very beautiful. So that is the Animal Guide rune cards. Releasing on August 8th, we have World Dragon Oracle. This deck retails for $24.99 in the US and is published by Llewellyn. It looks like it has a 128-page guidebook, and it says, dragon spirits from around the world work together to hold the balance between all things and all realms. From Tiamat to Quetzalcoatl, these legendary dragons are a source of potent energy that inspire and guide you towards balance in your life. Let's look at these graphics. Okay, almost looks like a top lift box here. Ooh, Merlin's dragons. I see Hydra. I see Hydra tucked back there. Okay, here's the backs of the deck, or the cards. Ooh. These are pretty cool. Inner Spiritual Coil. Emperor's Dragon. Let's see if there's anything else here. And there is. Okay, same pictures we saw before. And this might be previous, yes, Virginia Chandler. So Virginia Chandler also created Seeking Dragons and Year of the Magical Dragon. So this is the World Dragon Oracle. Releasing on August 20th, we have the Borderlands Tarot, a bilingual deck and guidebook. This is by RP Studio and retails for $30 in the US. The guidebook is 208 pages, full color and illustrated flexi-bound book, and this comes in a magnetic closure box. This deluxe fully bilingual tarot deck in English and Spanish is a beautifully hand-painted, evocative exploration of the ecosystem inspired by the border between US and Mexico. Let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, let's take a closer look. Some beautiful artwork, soft colors, looks like it's watercolor. There's a look at that deluxe box. And I can see here the sun and then El Sol. So we have both languages, English and Spanish, on the card. Let's see if we can see some more here. Okay, I think these are the same images pretty much that we saw of the cards. So that's pretty cool. Reflect on the ecosystem of the US-Mexico border, from roaming animals to the thriving plant life and elements binding them together. And for the guidebook, you flip and reverse it for the Spanish version. Okay, oh, so you can kind of see, let me see if we can get in closer. I want to see more images. Okay, we can kind of see more cards here. Beautiful colors, bright, definitely looks like watercolor to me. So that's a look at the Borderlands Tarot. Releasing on August 13th, we have the Astrology Tarot. It looks like it has a 64-page guidebook, and this is by publisher CICO Books. Not sure if I pronounce it or spell it out like that, but that's the publisher. Retails for $22.99 in the US. And this says, connecting each card to its relevant sign and planet makes for powerful insight, such as describing significant people or explaining the milestones on your life's journey. And I do agree with that. I personally use astrology quite a bit with my tarot reading. So this might be really nice for you if you don't have all the associations memorized. Like normally I can pick up a tarot deck. I know all the astrological associations, whether or not there's symbols there for me or telling me, but that's a lot to memorize. So this could be a cool way to learn and help you memorize it, to have it all in one if you'd prefer to do it that way, which is cool. Astrology layered with tarot can be very insightful, or at least brings me a lot of insight to readings, especially if I know your birth chart, for example, because that will tell me different areas of your life. When I see a zodiac sign or planet come up, that can tell me more about a reading. But that's an aside. Let's take a closer look at this art. Okay, so you can see a smaller guidebook here. And this box is interesting. I can't tell if it's the graphic design with the line down the side, if it opens from the side, or if that's just a design where they've separated the other images out. Can't really tell. And with this publisher, I'm not familiar with their boxes, but looks like bright colors. Okay, here's the card backs, 5-card reading spread. And here's an example of a write-up. So we have the card name, the traditional meaning, then we have a message, and then for the astrology portion, which is, the focus of this deck, I'm going to read this part so you get an idea. In this one, the magician is linked to Mercury, the winged messenger of the gods and the ruling planet of 2 zodiac signs, Virgo and Gemini. The magician is well described by both the feminine Virgo, who rules both health and skills, and the masculine, quick-thinking and versatile Gemini. And you can see these bright colors on the cards here. Looks like the magician, they have made a woman, and same with the Fool, or at least it's, they're feminine presenting at minimum. So, okay, Empress, the Lovers, and then your contents. Getting to know the cards, beginning a reading, finishing a reading, laying the cards. Okay, so we have 4 spreads included. Let's see if we can see any more here. Okay, we have some more cards. I can see the Tower, the Sun, the Emperor, we already saw the Lovers. Okay, the Moon, that's new. And it looks like we have the symbols included. So for example, the Moon, we have Cancer and Pisces. Since the Moon is traditionally, that card is associated with Pisces, but they've included Cancer because the Moon rules Cancer, or that's my assumption why they have done that. The sign of Cancer is also linked with the Chariot card. The World, we have these symbols in all 4 corners, and same with Magician. You can see Mercury up there. And that's a look at the Astrology Tarot. Releasing on August 13th, we have Magickal Tarot. Publisher is Ixia Press, not sure how to say that, and the retail cost in the US is $24.95. The guidebook is 128 pages. Let's take a closer look. Oh, the cat on the front has 1 blue eye and 1 purple eye. Here's the back. A look at the guidebook. Oh, that's cute. So a short but sweet write-up, and at the bottom of this one, for example, it says, "Let yourself be open to spontaneity and adventure. An old journey ends, but a new journey is about to start." The Magician, very cute. Oh, check out that cat collar. The High Priestess. We have the pomegranates, the B and J columns, the scroll. We have the Empress in a comfortable looking scene, which is appropriate for the Empress. And there's a heart on their chest, which is cute. And I don't see the Venus symbol, but the vibes are there. The Emperor, that's cute. Hierophant. The Lovers. So that's a fun looking deck, and that's a look at the Magickal Tarot. Releasing August 23rd, we have a Reiki Divine Healing Card Deck. This retails for $24.95 in the US and is published by US Game Systems. There is a 108-page guidebook, and it says that each of the 44 cards presents a specific vibration in alignment with the visual expression of the card. The cards can be effectively used to access the potent healing light of Reiki for personal transformation. The divine energetic presence in this interactive deck enables the reader to request specific types of healing responses. The deck is divided into 4 color suits, each card linked to a specific Reiki symbol, divine avatar, Reiki meditation, or mode of treatment, bringing wisdom and spiritual healing to the beholder. The guidebook teaches the reader how to access and utilize the deck's healing power. Let's take a closer look. Nice vibrant colors. I believe that's a Merkaba on the third eye. The founder of Reiki. Oh, I love seeing that. Reiki in forms of light and color like that. That's cool. Inner Peace. The beautiful Kuan Yin. Mental Body Reiki. Ooh. Mother Mary. The Reiki Crystal. That's beautiful. Archangel Raphael with a staff here. And here's the backs of the cards. Very cool. I like seeing that light emanating from their hand, the energy, the Reiki. Reiki Master Brett Bevel is author of several books, including Psychic Reiki, The Wizard's Guide to Energy Healing, The Reiki Magic Guide to Self-Attunement, and Reiki for Spiritual Healing. So that's a look at the Reiki Divine Healing Card deck. Next up we have Wisdom of the Oracle Pocket Divination cards, releasing on August 27th for $17.99 retail in the US, and this is by Hay House. You may already be familiar with the Wisdom of the Oracle, and now there's a pocket size. I won't spend too much time on it since a lot of you may already have that deck and know exactly what you're getting. The guidebook here is 240 pages. Let's just take a quick glimpse through. Looks like a hard box, pocket size. Yep. Very cute. Might be nice to have a pocket size of this. And this, if I did not mention it, is by Colette Baron Reed. Okay, so here is a size comparison for you to get an idea of the new size. Fits in the palm of your hands here. Okay, so that's the Wisdom of the Oracle Pocket Divination cards. And now we have the official Sonic the Hedgehog Fortune card deck. This releases on August 27th for $27.99 retail in the US, and the publisher is Inside Editions. The guidebook is 128 pages. Give your fortune-telling practice a supersonic boost with this official deck from the massively popular Sonic the Hedgehog video game series. Each card features original, never-before-seen artwork directly from Amy Rose's fortune card deck. The deck includes a guidebook explaining each card's meanings, as well as simple spreads for easy readings. It's packaged in a sturdy decorative gift box and is one of a kind for enthusiasts. Let's take a closer look. Very cool. See if we've got some more here. Okay, so some borders. Purples, blues, golds seem to be the palette. Interesting. So we have a title on the top and the bottom. So I guess if you read reversals with it, you don't have to rotate your head upside down. I'm guessing that's the idea. So that's pretty fun. So if you're a Sonic the Hedgehog fan and you read tarot, well, this would probably be perfect for you. So although it doesn't say the word tarot here, we did see tarot cards below, and here it does say features 78 cards. So this is a tarot deck, though they don't put it in the title. Pretty cool. It's created in partnership with Sega, so it gets the Sonic seal of approval. That's a look at the official Sonic the Hedgehog fortune card deck. Releasing August 27th, we have the Modern Goth Tarot deck. This deck retails for $24.99 in the US, and the publisher is Skittledog. It looks like the guidebook is 40 pages. Celebrating the glories of Gothic style and attitude, this tarot deck and accompanying guidebook will help any Goth find their true path. Art is by Natalie Foss. Let's take a closer look. Beautiful person on the front here. The Magician. The High Priestess. Very cool. The Empress. We have the symbol of Venus down below. Emperor. Death. So these are Rider-Waite-Smith based. You can tell by the imagery. And a pippish looking card here. Let me see. Did we have all majors before? Yes. All majors here. Here is a minor, so possibly pippish, but could be very cool. I'd be interested to see some others flip throughs of this deck. So that's a look at the Modern Goth Tarot deck. And now we have the Legend of Sleepy Hollow Tarot, Headless Horsemen edition. Releasing on August 28th and retailing in the US for $29.99. The publisher is Red Feather, and the guidebook is 112 pages. The new Headless Horseman Special Packaging Edition includes our same best-selling Sleepy Hollow cards with a new box design based on the Death card. Let's take a closer look. So looks like a box similar to what Lo Scarabeo is doing. Very cool illustrations. If you're a Sleepy Hollow fan, I imagine this would be one to pick up if you haven't already picked up the previous version. Very cool. Yeah, this is like the Lo Scarabeo boxes they're doing right now. So that's a look at the Legend of Sleepy Hollow Tarot Headless Horsemen edition. Next up, we have the Choose Your Own Adventure Tarot deck, releasing on August 27th, retailing for $24.99 in the US. And this is the 4th best-selling children's book series of all time, according to the New Yorker. And I certainly remember growing up and enjoying these books. What a cool concept they are. So I'm really curious to see this tarot deck here and what's happening with it. So it says that this is a Rider-Waite deck while depicted with a steampunk inspired aesthetic. Beautifully illustrated cards with inclusive characters are geared towards a new generation of divinators. It includes a robust guidebook along with a deck in a sturdy decorative box. And the guidebook is written by a tarot practitioner who talks about the history of tarot along with the meanings of the cards, their symbology with example reading spreads. This deck is perfect for beginners as well as seasoned practitioners and makes an exceptional gift for nostalgia fans. So like me, if you read the books, this is probably pretty fun to play with, tweens and teens. Reading age 12 years and up, and it says, empowering generations of children through choice. It is widely commended for its appeal to reluctant readers. So for kids and adults alike, it looks like. Let's take a look at this artwork. So there's the hard box, and you can see the steampunk inspiration. Beautiful colors. Interesting, not walking off the cliff here. Three of Cups. So we have a full bleed, yet there is a little bit of a border in a sense with that outline of the artwork there. So you may like or not like that depending on your reading style and what works for your intuition. And here we have the Emperor with the ram's depiction for Aries. And I like that they've put the Emperor in a wheelchair. I have seen that in the Chariot cards. I don't believe I've ever seen that in an Emperor card. And I like that because it feels empowering. I often pay attention or just personally notice when I see wheelchairs and cards and kind of how it makes me feel. My grandmother, who has since passed, became paralyzed after having her children, and so I'm kind of sensitive to that experience, and just having obviously not had that in the first person, but being a little more up close and personal to some of the challenges that can present with, just say for example something simple like wanting to go to a restaurant but it only has stairs to get in, that kind of thing, those kind of experiences. But having the empowerment there, I think is really cool. Like for example, my grandmother would roll pie dough and make pies with one hand because she only had use of one hand. And how amazing and empowered is that? I don't even make pies and I have use of both hands. In fact, this apple kind of reminds me of her and her apple pies. And something else I noticed about this card is the terrain that wheelchair has gone over to reach that river is not an easy one. And I'll tell you what, in a wheelchair, that is not easy. That takes strength. There's some supercharged wheelchairs that if you have the money, you can get to help you out, but that chair doesn't look like one of them. So that is a strong Emperor and has made it to that water. That was actually something that my grandmother loved, the ocean, and typically could not go anymore, at least close to it, because of the sand. So there was smarts in that my grandpa would say, okay, well, we're taking a vacation and I'm going to make sure that we get somewhere with a balcony, or that we go to a restaurant that, one, has a ramp if it's not flat to get into and has a nice view where she could see the ocean, because she can no longer just, go on the sand to the ocean, or she loved to fish. So these are kind of things and obstacles that you have to be strong and smart to get around. And so I like this card. I think that's pretty cool. And then we have the Two of Swords, beautiful colors. The Lovers, Two of Pentacles, and the Judgment. Look at what's going on here. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see if we have anything else here. I can kind of see the Hermit here. We haven't seen that before. I think that's the Queen of Cups and Page of Wands. It's a little small for me to see, a little blurry. Ooh, and here is the box. So they mentioned a hard keepsake box, but not magnetic. Here we have here we have magnetic closure. That's cool. Magnetic closure box, and it notes that there's matte coated cardstock. I appreciate that. Good job, CYOA, because usually you don't see cardstock mentioned in mass market advertising. You see it in Kickstarter. So to me, that says they actually are paying attention to their audience, because tarot readers care about that. And if this is someone's first deck, having that nice experience, obviously, you'd love for someone to have a good experience with their first deck and hang on to it like a keepsake. I still have my first deck, even though it's, over 20 years old, but I'm glad I have a good deck there to have as a keepsake. And then this has this nice guidebook here showing you that. So, first ever tarot deck from CYOA. This is CYOA's first self-published tarot deck. Very cool. Talks a little bit about the person who wrote the guidebook. They've been reading tarot for almost 2 decades, as well as teaching tarot to others. Oh, you can see the moon here off to the left. And here's a look at the guidebook. We have those spreads that they mentioned. You can see the 9 of Cups in this book, the Magician, and there's a better look at that Hermit. I think that's a cool Hermit. I always pay attention to the Hermit card. It's one of my personal important cards, so I take a look at it. So really fun. And I think the choose your own adventure part is there is a story element to this guidebook. And then when you layer that with the meanings of the tarot cards, that's another kind of story. And then when you're laying out cards, it can tell a story, a bit of a choose your own adventure story. In a way you could tell stories in itself and intentionally choose cards together. I kind of like to do that with magic, intentionally tell the story that I would like to happen. So I see that as possibly the tie-in here. Let me go back up and see if I can see anything else. Anderson uses a fictional boarding school where gifted students of the tarot are sent to perfect their craft to inspire the colorful archetypes and unique settings depicted in the cards. So there we go. There's the story within the deck, which does help new readers potentially understand the meanings and the concepts of each card. And then you layer that with laying out the cards in a particular way, which can be telling your own story. So that's a look at the Choose Your Own Adventure tarot deck. And now for indie decks. We have the Magical Crow Tiles by MJ Cullinane shipping in late August, and they're $40 in the US. You can see a cool tin. I like that tin, and they come in a little velvet bag and tin, it looks like. Clear skies ahead. Proceed with confidence. Okay, there's the backs of the tiles. Using the tiles is easy. Think of a simple question that could be answered with a yes or no. From there, you can simply pull a tile from the bag, or you can shuffle the 12 tiles in your hand and then place them face side down on the table and let your intuition and guide you to the tile that holds your answer. So you're going to get 12 tiles with unique messages, the velvet bag, and a decorative tin. And these are made by MJ Colonnane in her studio in Seattle, crafted with love and intention. So that's a cool idea. And that's the Magickal Crow tiles. Next up, now this is not available yet, but if you're interested in it, I would recommend getting on the list to stay updated, or paying attention to this campaign on Indiegogo, because it will probably be pretty limited. So this is a reprint of the J.K. Tarot, and to give you some reference, this is an older deck, but it, you know, people are trying to sell it on eBay for quite a bit, or not trying, they are. So this could be a good opportunity to pick it up if you've been wanting it and don't mind it being a reprint. So that's the reason I'm including this. Though it's not out yet, I would get ahead of the curve on this one if you're interested in it. So this will give you some, that's a comparison to traditional Waite Smith. And then the J.K. Tarot over here on the left. So the original illustrations were created in Japan. This is a Japanese version of the Waite Smith themed deck that is highly sought after by collectors. Hence why I'm kind of trying to get you ahead of the curve with this. So revisions to the 1989 edition. The 1989 edition is now restored to its true glory with color restoration and attention to detail. So it shows you some examples here of the 1989 edition and this one. So if you are interested, you may want to sign up for updates on the campaigns, or, you know, just mark this page. I will link it, of course, in the description for you. And now for our Kickstarter campaigns, we have Arcanaless Ars Occludia, a tarot booster deck inclusively designed and themed for intimacy and communication. And they've already surpassed their funding goal, and this campaign ends on August 8th. So there's 110 cards in the full deck, which is pretty massive. It's 70 Canadian dollars or $50 US plus shipping for the full card deck, which, if you consider 110 cards for that amount, is a decent price for a Kickstarter indie deck. And you can also do just a 10 card booster pack, which is $15 Canadian or 11 US with shipping included. So this deck is aimed at readers specifically looking to work with interpersonal relationships themes, those who would like to assemble unique magpie decks, and those who want to trade cards in their tarot deck without breaking up existing decks. And then we have a big disclaimer here that no AI was used in the creation of this work. And then we can have a full portfolio here. Now, there's 110 cards in this deck, so I'm not going to look at all of them, obviously, but this is really nice that we have a larger version of this. Awesome job doing that. So we have dominant submission, really bright colors, intimacy. It's nice how you can see the full details with this. Gaslight, distortion of truth. So you can really see the interpersonal relationship dynamics being spelled out here. Mercury, god of communication and internal dialogue. Ooh, internal dialogue, nice point. Mercury retrograde. Oh, that's a cool idea. Mercury is going retrograde pretty shortly here. We're already in the shadow if you are someone who goes by Mercury retrograde shadows. at least as I'm filming this. Codependency. Bright, bold colors, very modern feeling. Micro connections. This is pretty smart. Synthesis. The Deceiver, darker card there. Change, Sacred Death. Okay, one more and then we're gonna go back to the campaign because, 110 cards. And I don't want to show you them all. Some should be a surprise. Self-righteous. Okay, so back to the campaign here. So it looks like this is their 4th Arcanaless deck, so there's others as well. And looks like the last one was themed for shadow work. So it says, my hope is that Arcanaless Ars Occludia will be your new go-to deck for delving into this puzzle of human intimacy and how we communicate or don't communicate with those who provide us with that meaning in order to once again achieve a sense of wholeness beyond those private skull-shaped personal kingdoms inside our heads. What is inclusive design? When I started designing my first puzzle deck, the main goal was to present an analog to the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith that could apply to any race, gender, or sexuality. In order to achieve this, I represented the figures using medical scans and imaging of only the most preliminary biology that we all share. And then they have a full disclosure note here. There are still some ableist bugs in this attempt to include everyone that I have yet to solve. There are non-typical arrangements of the human form that do not conform to the depictions I'm offering. There are people who cannot stand. There are people with impaired or non-existent limbs. I show visible organs that some manage to exist just fine without. I don't yet know how to resolve this ... yet. And so here they're taking requests for suggestions as long as it fits with the theme of the deck. The cards will be printed on 300 GSM high quality coreless stock with matte UV finish. So a little bit thinner. A lot of times I see 350 GSM on Kickstarters. So but that makes for a flexible shuffle. They are coreless stock and they will be matte. They'll come in a 2-piece box. They'll be the same specifications as their last deck, which is apparently the best quality of the 3 decks they've produced. So if you have that deck, you could reference that. And there will be no physical guidebook. You will get a PDF. Gives you a sample entry here, decent size write-up, another sample entry, and then you have an add-on. There's one card you can add on. Oh, the Mercury Retrograde alternate card. That's the one that we took a look at, and looks like you can add on any of the previous decks as well. So that's a look at the Arcanaless Ars Occludia. Next, we have the relaunch of Kilig, 2nd edition. Now, I went over this Kickstarter campaign with more detail in my More June Tarot new releases, which was a mid-month update. So if you want to see more, you can look at that video. I'll just briefly go over what the relaunch is about here. This deck has already exceeded its new goal, so I'm really happy to see this fund. Congratulations to the creator, Monica. And let's see, this ends on August 10th. So if you're interested, we're getting closer to that date. Well, depending on when you're watching this, there are 50 cards in this deck, and it is a love or oracle deck inspired by their vision of love as a preteen in the early 2000s. Now, the relaunch here is that they made it a smaller goal and they found a way to cut down on productions costs as well as lower the quantity of decks to print. So there's going to be less of these decks available. And in the previous campaign, there was a stretch goal to get the guidebook printed in color, and now there is no stretch goal needed. They decided to just have the guidebook printed in color, which is great because I love a color guidebook when I can get my hands on one. So that is the Kilig relaunch. Happy to see that it is going to go. And next we have the Ghastly Lenormand from the Grave, a darkly delightful deck of 52 coffin-shaped Lenormand tarot cards for deadly accurate readings. This campaign has more than exceeded its funding goal, so it will go, and it ends on August 11th. An eerie whisper shadowed the dusty silence that reigned over the decaying tombs and crypts of Paris's cemetery. Ominous yet mesmerizing, I followed it, heart pounding. As I meandered through the long, dark shadows of dusk, it led me to a gray tombstone, moss-covered and etched with a deeply chiseled name, Anne-Marie Lenormand. Closing my eyes to silence my thoughts, a powerful surge of images, emotions, and fragmented sentences flooded my mind. It was her, trying to communicate. She was urging me to create a new deck, a mystical instrument that would allow people to glimpse the infinite possibilities beyond the veil of space and time. This was the start of my journey. Her spectral presence haunted my studio. Night after night, she appeared, meticulously guiding me as I created the deck. May her magic guide you like a light in the darkness. This deck, infused with a touch of dark humor, serves as a gentle nudge, a reminder for myself and you, dear reader, to celebrate the exquisite dance of existence. Let us not dwell on the inevitable, but rather seize the day. This deck embodies the Victorian fascination with the mysteries of the great beyond and the penny dreadfuls. The 36 classic Lenormand cards are accompanied by an additional 16 cards inspired by different fortune-telling traditions, enriching the profound mystique of this deck. These are sized 9D by 60 millimeters. They're 400 GSM, so pretty thick, maybe to help hold up that coffin shape. There's rounded corners and matte lamination. So here's a look at these cards, and there's a video that may give you a better look as well, but let's just zoom in here. Some fun and beautiful illustrations. Definitely see the sense of humor in here, the dark sense of humor. The letter, the ring, lilies. Yeah, so let's see, is there some more? Extra coffin. So here is the extra cards. Oh, mirror. This could be interesting. It looks like a treasure chest. Compass, magnifying glass, spider. Okay. Here's a look at the box. Oh, is that some velvet on the inside? It might be. That's a pretty cool box. So the booklet is 84 pages and is available in English or Spanish. It has a hardcover, hardcover, 150 GSM silky paper. And here's a look at that booklet. Very cool. Okay, and then we just get into the tiers and add-ons. So some cool looking add-ons. And then stretch goals, but we'll go back up here and yeah, so that's a look at the Ghastly Lenormand from the Grave. Next we have Secret Mirror Tarot, colorful edition. There is an edition of this that is mostly black and white with some touches of red and I think yellow. So this is the colored version. They have already exceeded their funding goal, so it will go, and this campaign ends on August 14th. There's a nice video for you to watch there. And then we also have some videos showcasing the samples of the deck up here up at the front. And then you can see that nice flip open magnetic box here, hard box. Let's see it one more time. Let's see the open. I saw some graphics on the inside. And boom. Yeah, some nice graphics on the inside. Okay. And then here on the left, we can see the black and white version, and then the new colored on the right. Once again, colored versus black and white. Comparison. Okay, so this colored edition, they're adding gilding. I guess the other one did not have gilding. This will have gold gilding. They're hoping to upgrade the craftsmanship on the black and white one day to include black edge gilding. And it'll be printed on 350 GSM high quality art paper with a skin-like texture velvet lamination. More looks at the art. Here are the card backs, beautiful reversible card back designs. And here's a closer look at the artwork. So we have this Fool here. The Fool and the Magician are women in this deck, yet it looks like the Emperor is still a man, or male presenting, I should say. Same with the Hermit. So maybe they're attempting to kind of balance things out. I'm not sure. King of Wands. Ooh, I like her dress. I like this old-fashioned style. Yeah, that's appealing to me personally, so I enjoy that. Oh, look at that Three of Cups. That looks like a nice scene. Very old-fashioned. Okay, Queen of Swords. Oh, that's a nice Nine of Pentacles, a nice scene there. Looks very comfortable. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I like this art style. I think it's cool. I really like it. I'm thinking, take my money. Yeah. So we're gonna have some stretch goals here. Let's look at the add-ons. Okay, add-ons. You can add on 2 different color mirrors. I guess you can pick. So that's kind of cool. And then timeline. This will be, they plan to ship in October if everything works out. So that's a look at the beautiful Secret Mirror Tarot. Next up, we have the Ouroboros Tarot, the Fool's Journey through the WRS Tarot Reimagine. The goal's pretty low. They haven't met it yet, but they're close to it. This ends on August 16th. Let's take a closer look. Looks like the creator has created 14 other campaigns, or not sure if they're all tarot and if they were all successful or not. So it's noted that no AI was involved, that these are all artists with unique souls. Cool graphic there. Okay, we can see the backs of the cards, reversible. Very modern graphic images here. I would love it if my cards would be animated like that. Actually, it might be distracting on a table, but it's kind of fun. That would be kind of cool. The moon. Look at that sun. Okay. The world. Judgment. Oh, cool. 3 of Wands here. 5 of Wands actually playing a game, which works. Oh, look at that Page of Wands. Never seen that before on a Page of Wands. This Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. Definitely what I would call like sexy kind of thing. So very graphic novel, maybe. Yeah. 6 of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so I think that, oh, 10 of Swords, look at that. Oh, geez, that hurts to watch. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Yeah, it's very sexy kind of depictions here. That's, you know, you're into it or you're not. Just kind of depends. Oh, this 4 of Pentacle reminds me of, oh, how am I gonna blank on his name? Oh my gosh, Lord of the Rings. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. Anyway, I am a fan. Wouldn't know it. So size is 2.74 by 4.75. And note, animations are created as an attempt to hypnotize backers. Yeah, we know they don't actually move. It would be cool though. Although it'd probably drive me a little nuts, but I think it's neat. Okay, Reward Tears. So is this tuck case? So it's going to come in a tuck case, eligible for some queen tier. So then if you do a different tier, you can get the magnetic box. So I guess you can choose what you prioritize. If you don't care about a tuck box, or if you have bags anyway, then you can do that. And then we have some add-ons. Okay, so that's an Ouroboros Tarot deck. And now we have the Arcana Folia Oracle, a 55 card leafy oracle deck that helps you practice intuitive channeling. And they have exceeded their goal, so it will go. This campaign ends on August 18th. Nice video there, so you can see more. This is the creator's first. Beautiful artwork here. Each card is designed to help you connect with the spirits of the forest and profound wisdom that nature has to offer. The guidebook is an 80-page full-color guidebook with a notes section for personal interpretations. Nice rich green with those brassy golds and then whites. Here's the backs of the decks. So we have some green painted edges. That's nice. You'll get the edging, but without sometimes the sharpness of gold gilding or, you know, colored gilding. Okay, so that is the Arcana Folia Oracle deck. Next up, we have the Earth Whispers Tarot, revised edition with box and book. After the great feedback from the first edition, I'm wanting to do a revised edition with some redesigned cards. So it sounds like this is a deck that was already out and they're redesigning some of the cards. They've already exceeded their goal, and this campaign ends on August 23rd. We have a nice video here that you can check out later. Looks like some cool artwork and colorful cards. Look at that hairstyle on the chariot with the moon and stars in there. Okay, so let's take a look. This says first created, so maybe that's on Kickstarter. I'm not sure how they created the first deck. It sounds like it wasn't on Kickstarter. They note that although this deck loosely follows the Rider-Waite system, it is also very different, and to many people will also look a bit like a hybrid of both tarot and oracle. This is because I wanted every image and card to be important. It is said that major arcana is the causes and the minor the effects. However, I see that many of the smaller actions we take end up creating causes as well. Small things do matter. I agree. So they talk about here that they use different mediums. So there is some different style in the cards because of the various mediums. They mostly use pencil. However, there is a few pieces that use oils or acrylics. So here might be what the difference is with this new deck. They say, I have changed the court cards because we are moving into an era where biological sex isn't so important. And they decided to have the court cards as Sage, Architect, and Page. Loosely, the 3 stages of the moon: Crone, the wise sage; Mother, the architect; and Maiden, the page. This meant I could use the 4th card to illustrate a pagan festival. This has a double meaning, as it can denote a type of person or a particular time of year or meaning of that time. The aces also double up at seasonal equinoxes or solstices. Okay, and then we have YouTube links to the original deck so that you can see the artwork. Of course, as noted, some of the cards are going to change. And then you can also go to their website to check out their art. So, yeah, that is the Earth Whispers Tarot Revised Edition. Next, we have Starlight Oracle. 18-card galactic-inspired oracle designed as an expansion to ETA Tarot 2, but can also be used as a standalone deck. This campaign ends on August 8th. They haven't hit their funding goal yet, but we'll see. This is a collaborative deck inspired as an expansion for ETA Tarot 2. The imagery of this deck is all inspired by planets and asteroids of our solar system, along with crystal magic. There's some of the artists here. And then it mentions their past Kickstarter successful campaigns. ETA stands for Emerging Toronto Artists, so this is Canadian artists. So we're going to see some of the artwork, and it notes that those that are identified with a pink frame are not quite completed artwork yet. So we have Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Eris, Chiron, Pallas, Juno, Vesta, Ceres, Hygeia, Eros, Lilith, Sappho. And then there is potential for add-on cards depending on stretch goals. Each card is assigned a specific gemstone, which also corresponds to the meanings of the cards. The deck also serves as a guide for better understanding of the metaphysical properties of these crystals, in addition to the ETA Tarot 2, which also features them. There's a 70-page Starlight Oracle guidebook, which features full details for each crystal assigned to each card. They were all carefully selected to correspond with elements, planets, chakras, and numerology for each card in the deck. So the cardstock and backing design used is identical to match the ETA Tarot 2. And this will be on 350 GSM cardstock with a soft touch matte lamination, and we'll have gold ink accents on backings as well as black painted edges. There'll be full bleed printing, titles, and artist names at the top. So here's a look at some of that gold ink on the card. Looks like it's going to come in a tuck box. So a digital copy of the Starlight Oracle guidebook will come with the decks, but a physical copy will be available as an add-on. The add-on is 70 pages, full color, full bleed, glossy coated, 5x7, and perfect bound. It will include card explanations, personal artist interpretations, and associated elements. There will be artist biographies and contact info, and designated crystal for each card artwork with detailed explanations of the metaphysical properties and relevance. There will also be example spreads, an introduction to using oracle cards as a divination tool, and this book will be available as a free digital download to all backers. So it's the physical version that would be an add-on cost. And then it's going to go over the different tiers and add-ons. And if you missed the ETA Tarot 2 campaign, you can add on this deck to this campaign. So that's the Starlight Oracle expansion pack. And now we have Legend of Zelda Tarot Deck Restock. This is the second run of their Legend of Zelda themed tarot deck, featuring a new deluxe special edition. This campaign ends on September 1st. Let's zoom in here, take a look at this art. Okay, so bold colors and designs and prints. It looks like for the majors, we have large titles on the bottom. We have borders on all of them. The minors do not seem like they have large titles, just more simple. You can see Link and the Six of Swords there. Very cute. Majorica mask. Okay. Comes with a booklet instruction guide and a custom designed tuck box. So small little booklet, looks like a little white book type of thing. And there's the tuck box and there's the back of the cards. They look reversible. And here's a better shot of the majors. We got, looks like a little baby Link here, and then we have Princess Zelda for the Empress. Good idea for the Empress. Okay, for this second print, they are upgrading with a thicker, higher quality cardstock and an all-new box design. This run also includes a new deluxe edition of the deck, which features holographic coating on both card sides, as well as an elegant custom foil, gold foil box. And here's a mock-up of the deluxe edition if you want to pick that up. Says here that they are also reprinting their Tears of the Kingdom 22 card Major Arcana deck, so you can mix and match it with this deck, so I assume you can add it on if you'd like to. Here's another look at more artwork. Okay, and now we're just getting into the tiers. And that's a look at the Legend of Zelda Tarot deck. And just to let you know, if you like games, I'm probably gonna always cover game related decks because, you know, I like gaming too. So there you go. And now we have Luminous Flow Tarot and Money Magic Manifestation cards. 3 unique decks designed to elevate your life and increase your daily abundance. This campaign is by creator Ethany Dawn. Ethany Dawn you may recognize from her YouTube channel or from one of her many beautiful indie decks. I will be reviewing some of those decks on the channel coming up, so stay tuned if you're interested for those. I'm very excited to review them. As you can see, you have a taste of the beautiful artwork here, but if you follow Ethany and the artist, you can see more of these cards, and the artwork is just beautiful. And it looks like the tarot deck and the manifestation cards are meant to work together, so how cool is that? And the thing about Ethany's decks is the guidebooks are always very well written, at least the ones that I've come across, and usually pretty darn chunky, so you get a lot of information in there, which is great. And money magic is something that Ethany is skilled in from what I've read that she's done so far, so I think this is a great resource for you if you're interested in that. Now, why am I showing you this when it says launching soon? I'll show you why. Because we have a launch party on August 8th at 9 a.m. So that tells me that this campaign is launching on August 8th, shortly after 9 a.m. And I do plan on going to this. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So hopefully I'll see some of you in the chat. I will put a link to this launch party in the description of this video in case you want to go and hit your notification so it reminds you that it's going to happen. So this is why I included this deck now, because if there happens to be any early bird specials, well, then you have a better chance of catching it because you know right when it launches. Or maybe you just want to have the fun of attending the event. So there's that, and look forward to seeing you there if you attend. And now for a very exciting event, we have the Northwest Tarot Symposium taking place in Portland, Oregon, September 6th through the 8th. Although there is an in-person portion of this event, you can attend virtually, so sharing this with you all. Here's a little taste of some of their teachers, master teachers, and happy to see my teacher here, Ethany Dawn, as well as others. There's a lot of other folks I don't see on the website yet, but they do have an Instagram account you can follow, and that's been giving more information about the various teachers that will be presenting. So very exciting. Here's the schedule here, kind of let you know the events and what's going to be happening. So should be a lot of fun and a lot of education too, which is exciting. Now, if you are in the area or will happen to be in town at that time, if you don't want to pay to attend the event, you can go to the free portion, which is the psychic fair and metaphysical market. This will often have the creators of tarot decks and selling their decks, as well as other things like you can get tarot readings, energy work, books, artwork, divination tools, all kinds of good stuff. And it's free to go into this part. And I'm in the Northwest area, so currently, unless something gets in the way, I'm planning on attending this, and I'm very excited. Maybe I'll see you there. If you happen to be going, I'd love to know. If you want to mention it in the chat, that would be cool. So anyway, just want to let you know about this really cool event coming up. Maybe I'll see you there. Before we wrap up our virtual shopping spree, what's on your tarot wish list this month? If there's anything you're excited about that I didn't cover, or if you know of something new coming up, I'd love to know in the comments below. I'm excited to hear what you're looking forward to. If you're interested in any of the items featured today, you can find links in the description. And that wraps up our look at new tarot releases for this month. I hope you enjoyed this virtual shopping spree as much as I did. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. To watch the Steampunk Fairy Tarot flip through, or explore my playlist of deck flip throughs, just click on the video or playlist linked on your screen now. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy deck shopping.